The holographic transmission flickered to life in the United Earth Defense Command Center, casting an ethereal blue glow across the war room. Commander Eva Chen stood with her arms crossed, her dark eyes fixed on the 7 alien representatives materializing before her. Behind her, Captain Jasper Morrison adjusted his tactical display, his jaw set in that familiar expression of controlled defiance Eva had come to recognize over their 5 years serving together. "Humans of Earth," the Vortan ambassador began, his triple-jointed limbs gesturing with what his species considered diplomatic grace. "The Galactic Council has convened and reached a unanimous decision. Your species must surrender all military assets and submit to Council governance within 72 of your planetary rotations." Eva didn't flinch. Jasper let out a sound that might have been a chuckle, quickly suppressed. "And if we refuse?" Eva asked, her voice level. The Sleeth representative, a serpentine creature whose scales shimmered with bioluminescence, slithered forward in the projection. "Then your world will be glassed from orbit. Your species will become—" A cautionary tale whispered in academy halls across 1,000 worlds. "You are outmatched, outgunned, and outnumbered 3,000 to 1. Jasper couldn't contain himself this time. The laugh burst from him like a crack of thunder, echoing off the reinforced walls. Eva felt the corner of her mouth twitch, fighting her own smile. "Captain Morrison," the Krillian delegate hissed, its mandibles clicking in irritation. "You find the extinction of your species amusing?" "No," Jasper said, stepping forward to stand beside Eva. "I find it amusing that you think you're the first to threaten us with extinction." The ambassadors exchanged confused glances, their various appendages twitching with uncertainty. Eva took over, her voice carrying that edge of steel that had made her a legend in the defense forces. "Let me tell you something about humanity. We're the species that split the atom and immediately wondered if we could use it to blow ourselves up. We did, by the way, twice. On our own people." "This proves our point," the Vortan interrupted. "You are savage and—" "We're not finished," Jasper cut in. "We survived a plague that killed 1/3 of our population in the 14th century. We called it Tuesday and kept going. We've had 2 global wars that killed hundreds of millions. We invented weapons that could end all life on our planet dozens of times over. And you know what? We're still here." Eva activated her own display, pulling up Earth's history in rapid succession, images of humanity's darkest hours and brightest triumphs. "We split the atom in 1945. By 1969, we'd landed on our moon using computers less powerful than the devices we carry in our pockets. We did it with slide rules and determination. Your technological achievements are irrelevant against," the Slith began. "We're not talking about technology," Eva interrupted, her eyes blazing. "We're talking about spite. Pure, undiluted, stubborn human spite." Jasper grinned. "Did you know that when our early explorers were dying of scurvy, we figured out it was from lack of vitamin C? But even after we knew citrus fruits prevented it, British sailors sometimes refused to eat them out of pure stubbornness. We literally chose death over admitting we were wrong. That's humanity. We fought wars over which invisible man in the sky is the right one to worship," Eva continued. "We've died by the millions for strips of colored cloth and imaginary lines on maps. We've climbed the tallest mountains on our planet because they were there. We've dived to the deepest parts of our oceans in tin cans, knowing we'd probably die just to see what was down there." The Galactic Council representatives were silent now, their earlier confidence visibly wavering. "You want to know what makes humanity special in this galaxy?" Jasper asked, his voice dropping to something dangerous. "It's not that we're the strongest or the smartest, it's that we don't know when to quit. We're the species that looked at powered flight and achieved it in 12 years of trying. We're the species that split the atom despite not fully understanding the consequences. We're the species that says, 'Hold my beer,' and then does the impossible just to prove we can." Eva pulled up tactical displays of Earth's defenses. "You think you're going to glass our planet? Let me show you what we've built in the 15 years since we discovered we weren't alone in the universe." The holographic displays showed the orbital defense platforms, each one bristling with weapons that made the Council representatives' eyes widen in their various configurations. Underground bunker cities that could survive anything short of a supernova. Quantum communication networks that couldn't be jammed. And warships, hundreds of them, sleek and deadly, incorporating technology that humanity had reverse-engineered, improved upon, and weaponized in ways their original creators never imagined. "We're the species that turned orbital mechanics into a weapon," Jasper said. "We've calculated exactly how to drop tungsten rods from space to strike with the force of nuclear weapons. We call them rods from God." We thought it was funny. "Our scientists," Eva added, "have already figured out how to weaponize black holes. We haven't built it yet because we're still arguing about the ethics. But give us a reason, and we'll have it operational in 6 months." The Vortan ambassador's skin had shifted to a pale gray, a sign of fear in his species. "You would destroy yourselves along with us." "Probably," Eva admitted with a shrug. "But here's the thing. We've had the capability to destroy ourselves for over 80 years. We've come close dozens of times. But we're still here. We're survivors. We're cockroaches. We're that weed growing through concrete. We're the species too stupid to know when we're beaten." Jasper leaned forward, his grin turning predatory. "So here's our counteroffer. You leave Earth alone. You leave our colonies alone. You give us a seat at your council table, with full voting rights. And in return, we won't show you exactly how creative humans can get when someone threatens our home." "And if we refuse?" the Slith asked. Though its voice had lost all its earlier certainty, Eva and Jasper exchanged a look. One of those silent communications that came from years of serving together in impossible situations. "Then you'll find out why every predator on Earth learned to fear the hairless apes with opposable thumbs," Eva said quietly. "You'll find out why we're the only species on our planet that hunts for sport. Why we domesticated wolves into pets and made them love us for it. Why we looked at the food chain and decided we belonged at the top of it. We're not the strongest species in the galaxy," Jasper added. "We're not the smartest or the fastest or the longest lived, but we're the ones who never stop fighting. We're the ones who turn every setback into a lesson and every defeat into motivation. We're the species that invented the concept of revenge served cold and turned it into an art form." The holographic transmission flickered as the council members conferred in hurried, panicked whispers across their various languages. Finally, the Vortan ambassador spoke, his voice hollow. "We will take your proposal to the full council for consideration." "You do that," Eva said. "You have 72 hours. And Ambassador, when you're making your decision, remember this. Humanity didn't get to the top of our food chain by being nice. We got here by being relentless, by being adaptable, by being the thing that goes bump in the night." The transmission ended abruptly, leaving Eva and Jasper alone in the war room. For a moment they stood in silence. Then Jasper let out a long breath. "Think they'll take the deal?" he asked. Eva smiled. A real smile this time, not the predatory grin she'd shown the council. "They will, because deep down every species in the galaxy knows the truth." "What's that?" "That you don't threaten humanity with extinction, because we've been threatening ourselves with it since we discovered fire, and we're still here. We're the universe's most successful survivors, and we didn't get that way by surrendering." Jasper raised his coffee mug in a mock toast. "To humanity. Too stupid to know when we're beaten, too stubborn to care even if we did." Eva clinked her own mug against his. "Fucking yeah."